Hello and welcome to today's episode of Straight Talk for Energy Healers. My name is Regyna Aurora. I am an energy healer. I use a modality called the accelerated release technique, which is my own. I work with the subconscious to help people eliminate the blocks and resistances and the emotional baggage that is preventing them from living the life that they really want and deserve to live. Now, I am also the author of the book called The Energy Healing Bible. That's my baby right there. And I am here on a mission. My mission is to help other energy healers like yourselves to be able to live your life's purpose, to be able to help as many people as you possibly can, to heal the world, to share your gifts, and to do it all without being broke. Because let's face it, energy healers do not have the cachet that they deserve. They do not have, people don't understand necessarily what you are capable of doing. And I know you are capable of magic. And you deserve to have the reputation, the recognition for what you do, and not just, kudos, but the financial recognition. So, to that end, I want to be able to provide you with the tools, the skills, the people who are gonna help you and support you in achieving that goal. So today, along those lines, I am bringing on my guest, Regyna Curtis. Regyna is a soul wisdom mentor, speaker, art channel, and internationally best-selling authors on subjects of spirituality and creativity. With over 40 years of experience living as an intuitive being, Regyna has achieved fluency in the language of her soul. That sounds good. She is an expert in interpreting soul wisdom languages, supporting and empowering entrepreneurs and creators in finding confidence and clarity to create in authentically soul-aligned ways. That sounds super cool. So I'm very, very excited to bring Regyna on. There we are. Welcome, welcome. It's awesome to have you here.
Thank you. It's so great to be here. I loved your intro and just like hearing about what you do and the mission you're on. It's so aligned. And yeah, I'm here for it. So I'm
Wonderful.
excited.
Now, I I usually have my set of questions.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of soul wisdom languages, I'm like, I kind of want to know what that is.
Yeah, let's start there. I can
There,
share
and then
that.
I'll go with my usual.
Beautiful. So, actually, I love that because I do think that it's a like I use a different vocabulary, and it is a vocabulary that is aligned with me, with my wisdom that comes through me. And so, what I call soul wisdom is our authentic ways of knowing and being. So, how we receive information, how we express that information. And soul wisdom languages are the ways, the forms in which that wisdom speaks to and through us. So, it's for energy healers specifically. A lot of times, what happens is we are drawn into that field because there's some inner knowing, right? There's something
Mhm.
about you that just is. There's something you need to explore. There's some way of communicating that isn't quite landing in the way that it needs to. So you end up going into this field and exploring the world of energy, and then this opens up into your world.
Okay. So now I'm going to dive into my questions. Like
Yeah.
I tell everybody, this is called Straight Talk for Energy Healers. So there's no room for bumps.
Beautiful.
We're just gonna go in. So
Yeah.
in a nutshell, how would you describe what it is that you do?
Beautiful. So I collaborate with soul wisdom leaders, so people who are leading from that soul wisdom to create sustainable, nourishing systems, which empower their purpose and foster prosperity in all areas of their being. So in their life and in their business.
Okay. Describe that a little more. I want
Yeah.
to I want to dive into that because
Yeah.
that was
Absolutely.
very high level. Bring it down.
Yes. So here it is in a different way of saying it. So energy workers, I'm going to use that as an example, right? This is your audience.
Yep.
So you get that soul wisdom coming in. Oftentimes we're either leaving or rejecting those more kind of corporate spaces, academia, maybe
Mhm.
it's nonprofit work, etc., because there's just something that doesn't quite fit. It doesn't quite meet what your needs are. And so you find these modalities, these spiritual practices, etc., that really fulfill you. And that becomes that thing that fills that gap that you have. Eventually you move through into this new paradigm of, I'm going to let this be my work, right? This is who
Right.
I am. This is what I want to do. This is my sole purpose. So you move into that space, but then there's some resistance or some bumps in the roads. Maybe your clients are amazing, but they can't pay you. Maybe it is like you come up with these really great offerings, and yet you can't find a system that works for you. Like all of these systems and structures, even the rhythm of the day to day, it feels very much infused with that old energy. So I help you tune into that soul wisdom, bring that into your work and life, creating systems that are nourishing and sustainable and aligned with your cycles and rhythms, your soul wisdom. And that helps you really create this container that is sustainable and that you can do your work and life and business in harmony with that. And that's really nourishing.
Now that makes sense to me.
Yes.
I tell people to do this in a nutshell, and sometimes the nuts are a little too small.
A little too bit. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, a little too. Okay, so what is your special gift? I would say your superpower that makes you amazing at what you do.
Yeah. My superpower is interpreting those soul wisdom languages and then channeling that through to people in a way that speaks that language. Um, so when I work with someone, I connect intuitively. I am receiving information through their soul wisdom, through their soul guides, through their uh, body wisdom. There's this intuitive connection that we have, and then I channel that through. And so sometimes I channel that through artwork. So there's some of my channeled artwork behind me.
Oh, that's what you meant
Um,
by art channel.
yes, art channel. So I
Oh,
actually
okay.
have a tool that I use. It's called a soul wisdom compass. And so when I work with someone, they set an intention or ask a question. I channel through an artwork that actually comes in. So they look similar to this. And when I create the artwork, it's very abstract, but
Uh-huh.
then a message comes through and is channeled through
Oh,
with it as well. And
oh,
that
wow.
becomes a tool that they can use to help navigate, because it's coming through their soul wisdom and it evolves with them. So it continues to recalibrate every time they make a move and turn direction.
That's neat. Okay. So now, third
Yeah.
question. You know my audience is energy healers. Why might they need the service that you offer? And specifically, why might they want to work with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, um, why might they need that service? Exactly what I just explained before about coming into this space, really making this
Absolutely.
your livelihood, right? But then not finding that space of abundance and prosperity, or not finding that room for peace and joy and flow in your life, because these structures are just kind of a little sticky. So that is the why.
Yeah.
And why might you want to work with me? Honestly, if you resonate with me, then that's the why. But I know energy work. The thing that put me on the path to this, that moment, that turning point, was Reiki. And it was when
Mhm.
I actually went to an intuitive healing for myself, where I was feeling that stickiness, right? That like something's not quite right. I need this. I don't know what this is, but I was drawn to an intuitive session slash Reiki session. It
Mhm.
was two in one.
Right.
And I left that session knowing that I needed to tune in and understand my intuition better. And that was going to be what propelled me on this path. And it absolutely was.
Beautiful. And now, before we got on, you mentioned that you have something special to offer my audience. You want to please tell us about it?
Yeah. So most of the work that I do right now is not. I don't do a lot of one-on-one sessions unless you're working with me on an ongoing basis. But I do have an access point to that. I do have an opportunity to work with me one-on-one, and it's part of a book bundle that I have. So the book is it's behind me, but I also have it's Mystics Revealed. There we go. And it is a series of. It's a multi-author book. So I wrote a chapter in here. I contributed, but my chapter is about a series of interactions that I had with strangers. And those taught me a lesson. Each one of those taught me some kind of lesson about myself. Some of them were very healthy and positive lessons. Some of them were a little bit more unhealthy that I had to then unlearn at some point. But that experience that I had with those two, the two sessions that I talked about that led me to Reiki, that was one of those uh, interactions with strangers that I had that put me on this path.
Mhm.
So the book bundle is you get a signed copy of this book from me, but ultimately the thing that I think is really juicy and your audience might love is there's a pre-recorded workshop about finding clarity and confidence in the work that you do through soul wisdom. Walks you through a series of prompts and journals and activities and some guided tuning into your soul wisdom. And then there's an opportunity to work with me one-on-one. So it's a 30-minute integration session, and the whole bundle is $55, which that's not available to work with me at that price for anywhere else.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big bundle.
Right.
That's a pretty big bundle. 50 where are you?
I'm in Chicago, so I actually do
Okay,
them
that's
online
USD.
though. Yeah.
No, I mean, is it
Oh,
Australian dollars, is it Canadian dollars, US dollars, is it,
yeah. No, that's an important question. That's an important question. Yes, it's in US
like,
dollars.
yeah, I mean, this is the internet. Who knows who's watching?
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
and my last question. So how can my audience members reach you if they would like to connect?
Absolutely. So the easiest place is either my link tree or my website. Website is atmaitri.com. It's written on under my name here, but Atmaitri. It's actually a combination of two Sanskrit words that I crafted, which means kindness towards your soul. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, Atmaitri is the name of the game, and yeah, so you can find me there or at my link tree. I'm on most social media platforms, all under the same name.
Brilliant. Okay. Thank you so, so much for being here. It was really
Absolutely.
brilliant talking to you. And let me just quickly thank you so much to my audience for being here. I always appreciate you taking this time out of your day. Time is limited, and when you come to spend it to me, I am very, very grateful for you spending it with me. And if you want to reach me, you can find me at acceleratedreleasetechnique.org, or to email me directly, info@acceleratedreleasetechnique.org. And finally, if you liked what you saw, then please give us a like, give it a share, subscribe, and of course, come back next week. So I'm looking forward to seeing you then. Thank you for being here.